Does your man need a manicure? I have a special guest today. He's in construction, and his hands are grubby. We're going to go from grubby to gorgeous. Welcome, Sean. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Well, you're good, but your hands are pretty grubby, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Well, that's okay. You're in construction.
Yep.
So that's totally okay. Now, this was actually your idea, this video.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, we were just talking and you said something about, well, my hands are gross, I could use a manicure. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like that.
Yeah, and then I looked at them and went, that's a good idea. So Cameraman is, he's doing this with, knobs and computer all day long like this. So his hands don't get too grubby.
Oh.
But these are beautiful. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at all this, you poor thing. Look at that. Look at the calluses here. Wow, they don't hurt or anything, do they?
No, not at all.
Yeah, until you rip this hangnail off, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is perfect. So you're going to be able to do a DIY manicure at home. We're going to go in depth. We're going to do some details here. And we're going to make these beautiful and soft to touch. So what I first start when I do a manicure is I'm going to start with the dry part. I do all the dry service first, and then I'll do Now, we both washed our hands, but we're going to sit down at the table with clean hands. Everything's clean, but we need to get in here and get rid of the deep manicure here. So we're going to start with all the dry stuff. So I start with trimming up the cuticles and shaping the free edge. Now, the first question I'll ask this gentleman is, do you want them much shorter or do you like the length of the natural nail here?
I like them short.
You like them a little shorter? Okay. So you want to get yourself a good file. Now, because they're natural, we're going to stay with a very gentle file. So this is about a 240. You don't want to go in here with a 150 or 100 or an 80-80. We want to stick to around the 240. And this is a fine. And I'm just going to gently... Oh, you want them a little bit shorter, you said, right?
Yes.
So I can saw back and forth. I'm just going to finish with one way.
240, is that referring to the grit of the file?
Yes, it is.
Sounds quite fine.
It is very fine. And you're right, you would work with some grits and stuff in your line of work, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what's a grit that you would work with? Because 240 is like sanding furniture, like really fine.
I would probably attack with a 60 grit if it was my...
Right, okay. So if he attacked it with a 60 grit, we would chew these up. They would look even more grubby.
We would get it done faster.
We would get it done faster, but we don't want to do that. We want to stick to a 240. But you're right. This is extremely fine. This is meant for, cosmetic grade. So I am filing these up nice and... I'm just trying to make them even. I'm going a little bit shorter, but I'm not going to go too short. Do you cut them with a clipper?
Yeah, just your standard nail clipper.
Oh, okay. Not like Cameraman. He trims them orally.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
He bites them like... And you can see the little teeth marks in them. Yeah, so...
Serrated edges.
Serrated edges. That's true. Okay, so I'm not going to go too short. I want to keep these quite natural and comfortable. When I finish them, I'm going the one way. And I will do that with all of them. This is the dry manicure part. That's not uncomfortable or anything, is it?
No, not at all.
Good. Have you ever had a manicure before?
No.
Oh, you haven't had a manicure before. I usually always ask customers that question because usually if they have, they like the massage part the most. Which is normal. Everybody likes to have a nice massage on their hands. Well, you work with your hands a lot, so you might really appreciate that.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Okay, let's get that pinky.
The extent of my hand regime is if they're cracking, I put moisturizer.
Oh, that's good. At least you do that. Some guys don't do that.
Begrudgingly do what my wife tells me to do.
Yes, of course. Cameraman will have dry hands on him. Do you want some lotion? And he's like, I don't want any lotion. I I'm like, that's a guy thing, I think. Y'all don't want lotion on your hands.
Not particularly. I don't like the feel.
Yeah, because it feels slimy, I guess. to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that why you don't like it, Cameraman?
That's exactly why.
That's right. Yeah, I guess.
My skin's perfect as it is.
When I was guide fishing, I would use a product when my hands would crack and bleed to help.
Oh.
That's the only time I've really had a skincare regimen because I was relying on my hands for everything.
Right. Why were they bleeding?
Handling bait, hooks, knives, cleaning fish, salt
So
water.
you were just like accidentally cutting them.
Yeah, it happens.
Like, was it cold weather? Was this when you went up island and you were working up there?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it cold too? Might also really affect the skin.
Not particularly,
No?
no. Similar to most West Coast climates in the summertime.
Right. Fair enough.
Very damp.
Yeah. Was it worse on your hands than this job?
Yes, I mean the constant salt
Right.
water.
Water too. Salt water.
Salt water.
There you go.
Yes.
Now you don't have to start with filing the edge first. You can actually do the cuticles first. I guess I just wanted to get at these links. Don't worry about that dirt in there. We're going to take care of that. Now you were kind enough. You normally wear gloves at your job,
Correct.
but you did suggest that you would not wear gloves for a few days before we did the manicure so that they would be really beat up.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is effective because you really want to see it when you're on camera. And we want to be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay, now, so I'm going to pay attention to the nail paint and push back his cuticle. Now, he doesn't really have a lot of really grown out cuticle. You don't push your cuticles back, do you?
I don't even know what a cuticle is.
Oh, okay,
so-
that's very, that's honest. Yeah, so you're actually in pretty good shape here. So there's just a little bit of cuticle that's grown up. You can see that white stuff coming off of there. But he really doesn't have any bad. He's had a hangnail here, and he's got one here, and that's just the wear and tear from the job and, being outside and stuff. But he really does not have any overgrowth. I guess I'm just used to my friend Grant. He usually has quite an overgrowth of cuticle, and I usually have to chip it all away. But this is pretty good. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just gently pushing back the cuticle a little bit. And you can do that more when they're a bit wet, but I like to do it when it's dry. But these are actually in pretty good shape.
So, Suzie, what is that weird lump on my nail, the ridge that's coming in?
Like these vertical lines here, or?
This vertical line here, but you can feel the difference
Yeah,
in
I feel it.
elevation
Yeah, it's very, very subtle. Does it grow like that all the time?
all the time.
Did you ever remember banging it really hard, like get caught in a door or something?
There have been so many damages done to my hand. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good then, because I've seen them where they grow out so lumpy and bumpy, like you could, like it's like that.
Oh, like-
Oh yeah, so this is actually really subtle. There's nothing. It's just this. You've damaged the root, and the root is right underneath here. So maybe you bang a hammer on it, or in your job you could do all those kinds of things. So yeah, that's what does it. You just damage the root, so it'll always grow out like that
Okay.
forever.
Lovely.
Never.
Can't wait.
See, if you were wearing acrylics or gel, maybe that'll be the next video where we just put acrylic or gel or something on top, and you wouldn't even see it. We'll just bury it. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be next time. Okay, so you can see he doesn't really have a lot, which is fine. I'm just cleaning this up just in case you want nail polish.
I think we'll be okay.
You don't have to. No, I
The
do
au naturel look is big for
I
me.
do this regardless. I will do this regardless because this is what the next step I'm going to do. Where is it? Okay, so now I'm going to get. It depends on how much cuticle you have on there. Like he doesn't have a lot, so you could get away with a softer file. But I'll just show you, if you have a lot, you want to use something like the sanding sponge. And that'll just gently exfoliate it right off of the natural nail plate. But he doesn't really have a lot, so I'm going to use the Smooth and Shine. And I'm going to use the rougher side because he really doesn't have a lot. And this will just smooth it out nice. Okay, now just go over and just smooth over each and every finger. Does this feel weird to you? I know you've never had a manicure before. Is it all weird?
No, I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just different.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to spend too much time doing this. You don't really want to buff it up too much. It's just enough to make it nice and smooth. And the pinky. So the only thing that pushing for you might want to know this, whether you'll ever do this again, I don't know, but if you want to know, to avoid hangnails, pushing back your cuticles with something like this, just gently, or a wooden stick, you can push them back quite gently. That can avoid your hangnails.
That's great.
Because they don't hurt?
No.
They don't hurt.
No.
I've had 2 babies and I find hangnails really hurt.
I mean, when you pull them out, it kind of hurts.
Well, what? Don't pull them out, hon. Don't pull them out. Don't.
Trim them.
You trim them. Not like Grant or Cameraman does, but...
Or bite them, but don't pull them.
That's Cameraman's advice. That's not my advice. But if you just gently put... I'll give you a little... You're going to have a little goodie bag.
Oh.
So if you just push it, just like after you get out of the shower, you could just take the cuticle stick and just gently push it back, and you'll avoid these altogether.
That's a great tip.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They'll just go away. So with that, I am going to just like, you can do this, but you want to have a really, really super duper sharp pair of nippers. And you only use these on the skin. So don't use them for pulling off any gems or anything like that, and then go to use them for the skin because they'll get really dull. So what we want to do is, we don't want to take away a lot because you really want to keep that skin. But if you see anything really like dead like this, you can just ever so gently trim away just that little excess. It's just a tiny little bit. You really don't have an overgrowth of it at all. They actually look really good. They're just a little tiny bit dry. And the poor little things. I mean, the only moisture you probably get on them is when you do have a shower, any oils from the soap, right? That's about it.
Well, I mean, maybe some rainwater or oil or lubricant.
I don't think car oil counts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then no.
Yeah, no. So we just want to cut this dead skin. And if you're not comfortable doing this and you don't have a really good pair of nippers, don't do it. Okay, you just want to be very, very gentle. Yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of extra here. We're gonna, when we do the wet side of things, it'll really moisture up his little cuticles and hands. We're going to exfoliate too. Bet you don't even never heard of that word, have you?
No.
No. So the best tip when you're nipping is get a hold of that dead skin, not live skin, clamp down on it and cut it before you take it away. Because if you just grab onto it and you didn't really sever it, when you pull, you're just going to be like ripping on a hangnail. We don't want to do that. Okay, so I just will ask you, does that feel short enough now? Do you want to go shorter than that, or does that feel pretty good? Yeah, just have a boo. What do you think?
Sure. Sounds
That feels good?
great. That's a great job, Suzie.
Okay, now these lovely hands need a good soak. Okay, I got my big bowl of hot soapy water here, and we're going to give them a good soak. Now, I went to the distributor store, like a Cosmoprof kind of thing, and they didn't have the exact hand soak, but they have a foot soak. And because I knew these were going to be bad, now I asked the lady there to help me, and this is Carrie here, and she gave me some good advice. She's an esthetician of 25 years, so I did take her advice. She said you can use a foot soak, just don't use it on your face. So you can use the foot soak. Well, what am I doing here? I got a strong man here. You open it. Okay. So we're going to dump some of this. How much does it say? Just sprinkle desired amount. So this is a Himalayan salt. I'm going to put a lot in there.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So we are going to get that all stirred up. Okay, now you can put your hand in there, and we're going to give it a good soak.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, we've given it a good soak, and now we're going to take them out. Just put your little hand in here. Okay, and we'll just move this bowl out of the way. Okay, and now we're going to exfoliate. You've never had that before. I love that part. You can just relax your elbow. Just relax. Okay. Okay, so now we have done all the dry stuff. So I want to remember to do this for you. Okay, so this is your little goodie bag. So you need your little scrub brush. You need some cuticle sticks to push back. Okay. I'll give you the metal one too. I've cleaned the little ends there when you were soaking. So we'll give you the metal one too.
Okay.
Yeah, just be gentle. The wooden ones are better because they're softer. Okay. But if you're going to use the metal ones, just use it very gently, okay? I'm not going to give you the nippers because you're going to need a lesson for that and you're just going to hurt yourself. And I'm going to give you the sanding sponge in case you need it. And I'll give you the smooth and shine. And I'll give you the fine just in case he decides to do that.
Okay.
Now, your wife, Laura, is my friend. That's how we know each other. Yeah. She can help you with that.
Perfect.
Oh, and this. You need the detoxing Himalayan salt for the good soak. Okay? And now we get to the next part. So we'll fill that baggie up a little bit more. Right now, we're going to exfoliate. I love exfoliating because it takes away all the dead, dry, loose, old, icky skin. So awesome. The older you get, the more you appreciate it. I got a whole bunch of things when I was at the store. I had fun shopping. And these are the lotions. This is another little salt, but I thought maybe the other one would be a little stronger. And these are the exfoliation creams. So this is, again, a pedi scrub. And again, with Carrie's advice, 25-year esthetician, she said, yes, you can use this. Just make sure you're using a pedi scrub on the body parts, not the face. So I am going to use, I look at both of them, and this one's like a gel. Okay, this is, I know you're dying to know, this has sea kelp and aloe vera. I'm going to put a little bit of that on there. I can see in this gel the little bits. Now, honestly, you can get some lotion and put some sand in it. Has the same effect. But I like the fancy stuff. And then I'm going to use this one too. It's Eucalyptus Breeze, it's called. And I'm going to use this one too because it's pretty gritty too. Sometimes they'll put like ground up almond pits in it, like, yeah, that kind of thing to make it kind of gritty, which is fine. That's great. That's what you want. Okay. So I'll give you this guy too. So you don't have to go crazy, like do all these steps, but if you're coming home from work and you feel your hands, which you probably don't really notice, so maybe once a week.
Okay.
You probably won't notice it so much, like women notice these things a little bit more. But just give yourself to put a little bit in your palm and just rub it all around. Just rinse your hands and your hands will be softer.
Oh.
So usually what I do is, I wanted to put it on here so you can see the difference, but usually what I'll do is I'll put it in my hand and then warm it up with your hand and then go in and put it on the hand and just start scraping away all that dead skin.
Okay. This could be like an end of the week treat.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to make sure we got a lot of that. I might even just get a little bit more. You okay there?
Oh yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay. Just want to make sure we get the ends of those fingers really good to get that. Can you feel that?
Yeah, it's
rough?
gritty.
Yeah, really, really gritty, which is good. That's what's taking off all of this.
It reminds me of like hand pumice cleaner at work.
Yes, it does the same thing. So you actually kind of do it a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless what are you using
Once a
that
day.
pumice on for? Like the floor? Or?
No, for my hands.
Okay, so you're doing that a little bit. Okay, that's good.
The company provides a citrus-based one.
Oh, okay.
It's fairly
That's
well
great.
known. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, so you just want to scrub that. That's what I love about exfoliation. And the older you are, the more you seem to appreciate it. So you're young, but your hands are pretty beat up. So you might really notice the difference too. And it's got a lot of oils and lanolins in it as well. So it will moisturize the skin at the same time. Oh, it's already looking better. Okay. I mean, you could do this yourself. As you can see, you rub it together. But when you're doing a service. Okay. That's quite a workout for me arms.
Are you feeling the burn?
I am feeling the burn. That's how I know it must be done. Okay. Now we're going to wash all of this off. Let's go wash our hands.
Okay.
Don't these feel nice and smooth?
Very.
It feels so good, doesn't it? Just getting rid of all the dead skin. You can really feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
So most of the soak took care of most of this, but I did notice this little thingy right here. This little thingy here did not come out. I just want to see. It's very stubborn. Do you, it's got a divot in the nail part too, like right there. Did you jab stuff underneath there
I
sometimes?
think I accidentally got a sliver under the nail.
Okay, that makes sense then. That's why it kind of jammed in there. Poor little thing. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it didn't feel good.
Oh, it's horrible. Okay, so that must be what it is. It's just little remnants of that. You know what it did, I think? Sometimes when you jam stuff under there, not only is the thing that you jammed under there, like a piece of wood or metal in your case, anything be like that, right? You actually cause a little bit of it's like a blood splinter. It's like a splinter. So you could have like a wood splinter in there. But in the world when we do nails, if people wear their nails too long and then it gets pushed back, it rips it off of the nail bed and it causes a little blood splinter. So it's literally like a long line of blood.
Oh, interesting.
And if it dries, you could pull it right out. It's like a blood splinter.
Do you think you can get it?
Well, I think I did. And in this case, it could be that, and it also could be the thing that you shoved in there.
I think this one was actually like blackberry thorns.
Oh, so you got that out. So I think it did cause a bit of a blood splinter. So that'll grow right off. That'll grow right out. Which I think how long ago did you do it?
Oh, 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay, so did it go in quite a ways?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's what happens. If you goes in quite a ways, if it went down to here 3 or 4 weeks, now it's going to be up here. So I think that's what it is. It's just remnants of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So now we're going to do an extra deep, like moisturizer called the Paraffin dip. You've never had that, right? That's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
You've never had
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're going to do that.
Okay.
This is a paraffin wax machine. This is awesome. Don't use a crock pot just because it's shaped the same. Don't use a crock pot. This is designed to keep the wax melted and at a temperature that you can put your hand in. Now, this particular unit, I got this off of Amazon. You can turn it right up to 65 on this one to melt it. And then you might want to turn it down a little bit depending on your comfortability of putting your hand in there. So we're going to dip the hand in there like 3 times. I like 3 times. You can do it 2. You can do it 1, but I like to do it 3 times. Okay. So you can build quite a nice layer on there and just like encase it. It looks really weird, but I love a wax machine. If you're lucky enough to have one at home, you could do this about once a week. And if you can afford it, have it done professionally. It's lovely. Okay. So usually the first dip, I'll guide you in there so you know exactly what you're doing. So just lay your hand flat like that. We want it to get in between your fingers. We're going to go like this. Okay. Oh, yeah, your hands are big. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go in all the way up to the wrist and out. Nice. Just hold there for a few seconds. See, sort of turning kind of cold, and you can sort of see it. Then we're going to do it again. Go. Nice. And when it finishes dripping, we're going to do it again. This goes back to like 2,000 years to the Egyptians. They even know the benefits of this.
Wow.
It's amazing. So then what I will do is I have this plastic bag and I will put it on top and sort of seal it. You look a little bit like a mannequin, but that's okay. Okay. And then...
Hilarious.
Why is it hilarious?
It's just the feeling underneath everything.
Does it feel good? Can you feel
It's
that?
warm.
Yeah.
It's warm.
Yeah.
It's and it's as it constricts a little bit. It's a cool feeling.
Yeah, it does feel cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Now you can do this on your elbows and your knees and your feet. It's awesome on your feet. Yeah. And you can do it on your face. But you want to put a cheesecloth down and make sure the temperature is right. And you really should, if you're messing around with your face, you should really know what you're doing there before you do that. So
I think I got too much hair on my face for...
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
So you let this sit in the bag, and now you can put like a mitten on, and I went to buy them, but they didn't have any. Went to 2 stores and didn't have any. So... You don't have to do it, but the mitten just holds a little bit more of the heat in. So what we want to do is let this sit for about 10, 15 minutes and just let it absorb into the skin, because the paraffin dip is so nice to have on the skin. This is great for if you have arthritis or if your hands are sore or tired muscles. It really does help the muscles and the hand feel a lot better. And it can have a lasting effect. I did this for my dad once. He had arthritis in his hands, and it lasted, like he said, like a week. Made his hands feel better.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool treatment. But what we're looking for, and you're busy with your hands, so you might find that benefit too, but what we're looking for here is the nice moisturization that we're trying to get into the hand here.
You can almost feel your hand like soaking it all in.
Yeah, okay, good. That's what you want. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. Okay, we've been soaking this for a while. This is my favorite part. Okay, so that's why I have the bag on. You don't have to. If you don't have the bag, it's not a big deal. You don't have to have it. And then you'll just be left with this, and then you can just peel it off. But if you've got the bag on it, you kind of do it all in one. Boy, your hand really soaked up that moisture.
Oh, yeah.
And you just roll it off like you're like a glove turning inside out, right?
Cool.
Isn't that nice? Oh, does that feel nice?
Yeah.
And then you throw this out. Doesn't that feel good? Okay, so let's flip the hand over. Look how much cleaner those are. Now we still see some calluses here, and that's good. We want to have You're a busy guy and you work with your hands. If you remove all these calluses, you're going to have baby new skin, and you're going to be going to do your job, and you're going to hurt the new skin. They're going to be really, really, really sore. So we don't want to do that. Calluses are very important. That's why they build up on your hands. But these are so soft to touch now. All they need now is a little bit of moisture. So we're going to get, again, I went to my trusty local store and grabbed a nice hand lotion. Okay, so I usually, again, what I do is, okay, that's a little bit much. Get it on my hand and I rub it around to make it nice and warm, because sometimes it's cold when it comes out of there. And then I will put it on the hand, and then I've got a lot here, which is good. And then I'm going to give it a nice hand massage. Just a few little tips. This kind of feels really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of just like press your knuckles right into the palm. And if you're doing a construction worker's hands like I am today, they can take a lot of pressure. So you can really kind of try to put a lot of pressure on the hand and the muscles. And then this is a nice one too, sort of rubbing your fingers between back and forth on the back of their hand. I mean, you can look all that up and get some real good tips for hand massage. And I find this hand too, like the thumb, like really kind of massaging this area in here. My hands are much smaller, so they're just kind of slipping around and not really probably making, I mean, can you feel any difference there?
No, that one on the back of the...
yeah, you like that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good. And you can do like this. I use a lot of my knuckles because, like I say, this is a bigger hand. And if you use the back of your knuckles, you can really get some strength in there. Now, when you do a hand massage, actually, technically, you're supposed to hand massage all the way up to the elbow.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's that's sort of the European style, but all the way up to the elbow. Okay, and then you just sort of squeeze the fingers really hard, just kind of give them a little bit of a massage. Okay. And then you sort of rub that lotion all in, and that really is the full manicure right there. Now, if you were polishing, you don't want polished, do you?
No, I'm
I got
okay.
some really nice glitters.
I believe you.
Yeah. So in this case, he doesn't want nail polish. So we're just going to clean up the cuticle area with lotion, or you could just leave it all in there and let it soak right into the cuticles, which I would probably do that in this case.
Okay. I have a question for you,
Yeah,
Suzie.
yeah.
What is the little white piece of nail at the base of the cuticle?
Oh, okay. So right here,
Yeah. What
that
is
little white sticking out like a little bit of a half of a moon, like a sunset.
Exactly.
It's the lunula. I know it's a weird word. I don't say it very often. So it is just peeking up. This is actually the root of the nail. It's called the matrix, and it's right underneath the cuticle area. And so it's just peeking up right over the little edge here. Some people don't have a big one at all. Sometimes, I don't even think, oh my God, acrylic on, so I can't see, but I don't think I have much of it at all. Cameraman, Cameraman, I think yours is quite predominant. Yeah, yours are actually quite,
It's not bad.
more so on that hand.
I don't know.
Yours are, I thought you had quite the strong, get over here, I got to see. Now I'm curious. We have an assistant working with us today too. Daryl, what about you? Do you have one?
Not much, little bit.
Yeah, so sometimes some people don't really have a strong one. Oh, you need a manicure. Looks so
Serrated. Serrated.
look at that. Yeah, you don't have a very strong one. For some reason, I thought you did.
No. My thumb on my left is very predominant.
Yeah, let's see that. This grubby little hand. This is the before.
Oh no, I'm gonna get my equipment all greasy now.
Oh, just wipe it on your shirt, hon.
It'll make your soft hands even softer, cameraman.
His hands are really soft.
They are.
Aren't they?
It's almost softer than yours. It's amazing. It's like nothing I've ever felt before.
His hands are pretty soft. Like you should have seen your face when you saw them first. Oh, that is
Well,
so
they touch
funny.
equipment, the computer equipment, and that's it, really.
That's it. Do they go outside very often?
Yeah, riding a bike with they
Yeah,
used to.
not lately because of your broken
My
arm.
Now
So
I
they're even
haven't
getting
been out much at
softer.
all.
Okay, yes, you do have a very strong one on this finger here. Let's see the other thumb. Is it stronger? This is curious now. Oh, no, they're about the same. Okay, yeah, they are about the same. Okay, so you massage all this in. Now, if it bothers you, you can take a towel and just wipe the excess off.
Okay.
Your hands are really soaking it up, which is good. Now, you don't have to do this, and he probably doesn't really need it so much, but if you feel you need a little extra, you can always just take a nice drop of oil. I'll give you that little bottle of oil too, so you can just drop it in there if you think about it. No, he won't. He won't think about it. I can tell he's not going to think about it.
I think just because you said that, I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's what do they call that? Psychology,
In reverse psychology.
reverse. Thank you. Okay, so that really is it. That is your manicure. Look how nice that looks. It's so much better.
Night and day. Thank you.
Isn't that nice? Does it feel better?
It does. It does. Everything feels soft, smooth.
But it just feel kind of slimy because there's lotion on there.
Yeah, but that'll go away.
Yeah, it will. It'll soak into your skin a little bit more. Okay, we do reveal pictures here. So you're going to have a reveal picture.
Fun.
Yeah, let's do that now.
Okay.
Okay, those were pretty rough, but you know what? We did really truly go from grubby to gorgeous. That looks really good. Okay, so I'm not going to let you leave here. We're going to do the other hand
Okay.
because that wouldn't be very nice to Laura or you. Okay, and I'm going to leave you with a little gift so you can, well, Laura, his wife, will probably do it for you. And there you go. And a little bit of oil for the cuticle. And again, you don't have to do this all at once. You can just do the oil and the exfoliation for a little mini. You don't have to do it all at once.
Perfect.
Yeah, but she'll help you with that. There you go, love.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for joining me, Sean. I really appreciate it. It was a great idea. Good idea for a video.
Well, I hope everybody enjoys watching it.
Oh, yeah, they will. It's a good one.
Well, to all you tough guys out there and, macho men of sorts, broaden your horizons and give this a try. You got nothing to lose except calluses and dead skin.
Okay, thanks for joining us, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.